Hey everyone, welcome back to the Hidden Brick, where today we're going to build the LEGO Marvel Superheroes Hulk Lab Smash set. Set number 76018, 398 pieces, and some cool minifigures. So, go ahead and break the seal. Alright. So we have a comic book, we have instruction book number 1, they put a little number down there. We've got number 2, it's kind of folded up or rolled up in the corner a little bit. We have a sticker sheet. We have some loose plates that are just in the box. Bag 2. Bag 4, a bag 3, and a bag number 1. And lastly, we have the Hulk pieces in a couple little bags by themselves. So, and some dust and debris that was in the box. So we'll start with instruction book 1, which is also kind of folded or rolled up a little bit. So I kind of like to unroll them or roll them the opposite way. Alright. So it begins with, says all of these loose plates that are in the box. We're going to use those plus bag number 1 and the Hulk pieces. So we'll go ahead and start opening all these bags. Bag 1. There's a couple smaller bags in there with pieces in it. Of course, this is Modok, sorry. Or Modok, sorry. I was trying to read the name. Modok. This is Modok's head. And we got a small bag. Small pieces. A lot of blues and light bluish grays in this set. Right, so the Hulk uses these little Technic pins that we put in his, basically the shoulder sockets. And then each arm attaches to one of those axle ends to that pin. And the hands actually have a little Technic pin pre-molded on there. So that's a quick and easy build of the Hulk. And then Modok is basically just purple legs and a golden torso with purple arms and hands, and then the big pre-molded, pre-printed, yeah, it's a print piece. So there's that minifigure. Those are the first two minifigures that we're building. Next we have this little accessory type building type thing. It actually looks like a sentry gun of some sort. It's not a building. Oh, I did skip a page that had the first minifigure on it. Let's go back a page. I was wondering why we're already doing a build without finishing the minifigures. So Falcon is the other minifigure. Alright, so there's Falcon. Now we have all our minifigures built. They're the first part of them, all the minifigures from bag 1. these wing elements have been seen before, and the Persia, was it Prince of Persia or Pharaoh's Quest? One of those two themes, may have been Pharaoh's Quest, had a wing mold like this. This one's actually a trans red color, but we've seen those type of molds before. Alright, onto our sentry gun, or back onto it. Alright, so this is basically the two sides that the flick fire missiles are going to go into. Now we have some little leg elements. They're basically these little bionicle finger pieces. We attach these trans yellow little globe looking pieces with a pin on the end. So we have 4 of those. Where's the, there it is. And of course we have 2 of the flick fire missiles. So they're starting to get away from a lot of flick fires because they're doing more and more of the spring-loaded flick fire missiles, which I think the spring-loaded ones have a little bit more fun play action, but they have also a lot higher risk of losing those pieces because they're extremely sensitive to shooting. Alright, so that's the little sentry gun piece. Next up is going to be, looks like Modok's chair. So just start with some plates. See, it's kind of forming a chair shape already. And we're going to add a little curved backing to it with a little handlebar. Next up is a flaming base. So we have this Travis brick that we attach all the flames to the sides. And that whole element attaches to the bottom so you can see all the flames coming out the bottom. And we will get Modok, put him in a sitting position. And there's his chair of fire. Alright, now to begin the Hulk Lab. So we're going to start with a little plate. Brick. Bring over one of these. Goes right there. They just sew it. They just show it sitting right next to it, just like that. And a brick to hold it together. Tile into plate. So that'll hold it all. Alright, now they show this plate with a couple 1x2 red plates that attached. Okay, now some tall bricks. And I'm a fan of these tall bricks because it really builds up a structure pretty quick, especially when you don't need a lot of brick stacking. If you just need like a small little wing wall or column type of structure, they work great for them. I use them in my Lego City all the time. Here's another big tall panel and another tall brick and a brick that has an inverted slope. Those are pretty cool. And a tall brick. Flying through these instructions, once we start stacking bricks, it goes pretty quickly. There's not much confusion as to what goes where. It's just a matter of getting each brick on there. So we have the last little plate that was loose in the box going right there. Alright, so that completes bag number 1. I have some clear studs that I didn't use. Did I forget them somewhere? Don't recall seeing a clear stud on any of the part callouts. Oh, it was supposed to be up underneath. There's 2, so they gave me an extra one, but it was supposed to be right there. And I was wondering why the fire was touching the ground. So now it stands it up high enough to where it won't touch the ground. So those are our few extra pieces from bag number 1. So now we're on to bag number 2. Basically where we're going to continue to build onto the Hulk Lab. And it looks like just a lot of big pieces in the big bag. And there's one little bag of pieces here. So we'll bring the lab back over and we'll just kind of pick right up where we left off. Just some tall bricks. It's almost identical to the other side. some slight variation, but pretty close. Not a lot going on other than stacking bricks. You can see we've kind of made the left side look symmetrical to the right side now, so looks like a symmetrical building. There's a little bit different stuff going on this left side. So we have some little slotted bricks. So there may be some sort of sliding element that goes on later. We'll find out. It's kind of the fun part of building is you see some elements and you're like, oh, I wonder what that's going to be. And as you build it, you slowly find out. Alright, so we're going to put the little walkway up here. Brick with some light bluish gray studs on it. Guardrails. Alright, the little Technic element here. Attaches down to the bottom. You see there's a yellow brick with a Technic pinhole. So that attaches down there. Kind of rotates along that pin. So maybe it'll have a play feature. Maybe it won't. We'll find out, huh? Couple 2x4 black tiles and another guardrail piece. This attaches up there. So that may be our play feature. Alright, we have a little fire extinguisher. Goes on the side. And lastly, we have some trans yellow cone shapes scattered amongst the top. Alright, so that completes bag number 2, which also coincides. Oh, we've got one last thing. A little ladder back here. Alright, so now that completes bag number 2 and instruction book 1. So we're going to stop this video here. We're going to do part 2 next. It's going to be the final part where we finish the final 2 bags and we complete instruction book 2. Thanks for watching. Make sure to subscribe so you don't miss tomorrow's video of this part 2 of the Hulk Lab Smash.